and welcome to the 2010 Bible Read-Through. My name is Carey, and today we're going to be looking at the book of Numbers. Leviticus was largely discourse. Now we return to story, mainly, although there's some discourse throughout the book. Not all the wilderness wanderings is recorded as seen in chapter 33. The author has specifically selected parts of the wilderness wandering that he wants to highlight. The book can basically be divided in three parts by settings: the desert of Sinai, where they begin, finally move into the wilderness wanderings, and then finally into the plains of Moab. The main themes in the book of Numbers is that of unbelief, punishment, and pleading by Moses on behalf of the people for God not to destroy them. There's two consensuses that are taken in the book. The first consensus is taken when the people come up out of Egypt, and then the final consensus is taken after the unbelieving generation has finally died off. The importance of the consensus is that God is faithful to multiply and bless the Israelites, and He is faithful to His covenant promise. However, the Israelites continue in their pattern of disbelief, and it culminates at the edge of the Promised Land. In chapter 13, God tells Moses to send 12 men, one from each of the tribes of Israel, in to explore the land of Canaan. And the purpose or the intention is to bring confidence of Israel's success over their enemies and encouragement to the people of the land's fruitfulness. Instead of confidence and encouragement, they report unbelief and spread discouragement throughout the entire people of Israel. Their unbelief spreads, and God promises that then no one in that generation will enter the promised land except for Joshua and Caleb, who is from the tribe of Judah. In Numbers 16, the Israelites are thus then turned over to wander in the desert until everyone who disbelieved has now died. Korah incites 250 other men to rebel against the authority of Moses. Moses pleads on their behalf, but they persist in their rebellion. The earth opens up and they are swallowed inside. Here we see a clear distinction of the prophet, the preeminence and authority of his word. The prophet speaks directly from the Lord to the people, and his word is to be obeyed as the final authority. However, in the same book, although he is a great prophet, he is not the prophet. In chapter 20, after the Israelites again continue to disbelieve and complain, cry out to the Lord, Moses is then told to strike a rock from which water will flow through. In the New Testament, we're told that rock is Christ. I believe Paul says it in 1 Corinthians. Moses, however, strikes the rock twice, takes credit for it, and as a result he is not allowed to enter the promised land because he did not honor the Lord in front of the people. So even though Moses is a great prophet, he is not the prophet, and there is one who is yet to come who will obey the Lord perfectly. Despite Israel's disobedience, the Lord continues to fight for them and declare holy war on the nations around them. They defeat three kings, Arad, Sihon, and Og. Here we see that Israel is taking land, but it's not the promised land, the land of rest that God had promised them. Chapter 22 through 24 is a very interesting story. It's the story of Balak, king of Moab, who summons Balaam and hires him to curse the Israelites. We're told twice that Balaam is a fortune teller. Deuteronomy 18:10, I think, clearly tells us that that's an abomination before the Lord. But instead of cursing them, he ends up turning it into blessings. And his blessings are filled with future happenings of Israel's Messiah. On the third oracle, Balaam speaks of the one that is within Israel as he stands out and looks over the entire camp. He says, "I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star will rise out of Jacob. A scepter will rise out of Israel and subdue the nations." If you ever wondered, how did the Magi know where to follow the star? It's because of this prophecy right here. A star will come out of Jacob. It's an interesting story. It's very filled with irony. It seems that even a donkey is obeying God better than a prophet and the people of God. In chapter 25, as a final blow to the Israelites, Moab seduces Israel into sexual immorality, delivering a final blow to the unbelieving generation. 24,000 people are killed, and if you remember from where the Moabites came from, it was from an incestuous relationship, a sexual relationship of Lot and his daughters. And it's no wonder that they have now multiplied the curse, and Israel fell disbelieving in sexual immorality. Finally, a second census is taken of those who have survived the wilderness wanderings, and you can see that the numbers are still very close. God is still being faithful to multiply and bless his people. Now they're ready to go into the land. However, Moses cannot go in, and so Joshua is set to replace Moses, and the Israelites stand once again at the threshold of the promised land waiting to enter. That's most of the story. There's lots more. Keep reading. God bless you, and we'll see you in Deuteronomy.